What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily wrap after he finally beat Oblivion. Oh my lord, it just took him 5 months to actually beat this. I got nothing against Oblivion. It's not my favorite. I like Skyrim better than Oblivion, but whatever. And watching Phil play it just made the game even worse. So I'm not blaming Bethesda on that L. I'll give that directly to Phil. So of course he made out with a whopping $15 through that playthrough. OIC did manage to come in and regender himself as a male and have his own identity, and did drop, I think, a 10-member bomb, but that was it. Other than that, our boy Phil clocked in $15, and of course he finished a little early, so he decided to do a Q&A session. It seems like his whole channel has become Q&A. So yeah, I did a Q&A. I think he got like $5 more. So terrible night, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see what he has to say.
Return day to streaming after a well-deserved day off yesterday. Level 1 podcast today was very informative because we had a lot to talk about, including a giant Sony digital event that had happened during my day off, including updates on so many different games, new release dates on games, new updates on games in development. So I went through that. I basically went game by game, and I missed a few, but I covered all the games that I felt were more significant or worth talking about. And we had some back and forth discussion on the stream about those. In addition, we talked about the release of Lord of the Rings Gollum, which looks to be one of the worst games of the year. Great. Thank goodness we didn't have that in the schedule, right? Among many other things, the Phil's Dave Off segment, where I gave everyone an update on how that went yesterday and everything. Good show today. Good lengthy show. And had a lot of stuff to discuss. I always do when I come back from break, and it was a fun one. Then on the first gameplay stream today, it was the continuation of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And the good news is we've come to a conclusion, or excuse me, we come to a decision about this game. I need to beat it as soon as possible. Meaning, it just doesn't make sense for me to continuously give this game more and more time when every time that I try to give it more time, the game kind of screws me. And I'll give you an example here. So today, we focused in on a major story mission on Kobo. We went through the entirety of this new base and stuff. You know, it was fun. Frame rate was absolutely terrible. Kept chopping up. Combat was becoming difficult because the frame rate kept dipping. It made it harder to play. Not to say that it was a big deal. I was persevering regardless, but still frustrating that this game continues to look awful. After finishing this 2-hour-long story mission, I found an optional mini dungeon, one of the Jedi Challenge dungeons. I spent 20 minutes doing it. I got to the end. I was trying to figure out the final puzzle that would give me the big reward. The game crashes. The game reboots outside of the temple as if I had never done any of it. There's no autosave and no way to manually save in there. You're just screwed. Start over. And at that point, I said, I'm done with this. This game is so unpolished, buggy, unstable, that I'm not going to waste time trying to enjoy side content that I don't even know if it's worth doing because it might not complete. It's not my fault the game is a unstable mess. And
Actually, it's your fault for continually playing it. You know, if it was a mess, then you already paid for it. You might as well just put it down and just don't play it. You're actually giving your audience a terrible product to watch. I mean, you even said it yourself. You have a few people in your chat that can't watch the playthrough because they get motion sickness. So why play it? I'll tell you why you play it, because when you normally play it, you get at least a tier 2 tip goal, and that's why you're continually playing. If it wasn't for that, you would have ditched this game a long time ago and would have said, oh, you know, the stupid devs, blame everyone else, and just drop it like a hot potato and then go play another walking simulator. But again, you decided to play it and continue play it because it brings you money. Now, I'm pretty sure if you keep playing it in the next couple of streams, you're barely hitting the tier 1 tip goal, you'll drop it. Or you're threatened to drop it, and hopefully the dents will rally, like you like to say, and you know, get you back up to that tier 2 tip goal. So I think the best streak may have spoiled you a bit, Phil. And you know, anything other than a tier 2 tip goal in every stream is just not going to be satisfactory for you.
it's not fair. I spent $70 on it like everyone else did, and I get a piece of shit version, you know.
And you've probably, let me see. I'm trying to think how many playthroughs you did of this. At least 6 or 7 times you may have played this. and you doubled or triple your money. So I'm not sure what you're complaining about. That's why you keep playing it, because it does pull in good support.
My version is like 1.0.0.7. I don't know if it's gotten all the same patches the PC version did, but it is still a jittery, buggy, crashing piece of poo. It really is that bad. Sad part is, story's interesting. Graphics aren't bad except for the frame rate issues and the crashes. The actual level design is interesting and fun, engaging, interesting to explore and solve puzzles. And I like the combat. But I can't keep in good faith investing insane amounts of time into this game that's going to screw me over time and time again. After speaking with my audience today, and by the way, after that crash, we said screw that. We went on to the story, and we could continue with the story and played it for about another half an hour. So by the end of today's stream, it's called the Shattered Moon, and we're on it at the second time. The first time we were there, it was a short dungeon. Now it's a much longer dungeon. So we are thoroughly investigating the Shattered Moon, and from what I'm to understand from people on the stream, they said you're probably around 70%, maybe 75% of the way through if you just do story. And I was like, we got to finish it this week.
You should have done that from the very get-go, Phil. If you know it was a buggy mess and you needed to be kind of overpowered to fight a lot of the optional bosses like the Toad, which you spent 12 hours fighting, maybe you should have just done the main quest, right? Do the main quest, and then after you're done, hopefully they would have patched it well enough where you could have gone back and done the side content. You could have milked that for a few more additional streams and been okay, but no, you wanted to do all the side content because you were trying to extend the playthrough as long as you can, because it was bringing you good support. But yeah, now that that support will be dying eventually or soon enough, you want to move on to it. You want to move on to the next thing as soon as possible. Typical Phil.
We have to now. This is my commitment. I need to finish Star Wars this week, so that way when we move into next week with Street Fighter 6 and Diablo 4, we don't have Star Wars being a lingering game. I've now invested 26 to 27 hours into the playthrough. I'm not going to quit it at this point. I do want to see how it ends. At the same time, it is just such a frustrating mess that I'm tired of investing more time into anything but the story. So that's how I'm going to approach it moving forward, okay? On the late stream, we continued on with Oblivion and finished the game. Yes, we did. Finally, the Oblivion playthrough after 5 months and over 80 hours of gameplay is complete. It was a wild ride. Thank you to anyone who attended the streams, anyone who watched on demand or a combination of the both, anyone who engaged or supported this playthrough. Thank you so very much. I certainly know that when a game drags on this long, 5 months, most of that interest and support waned within 2 months. And, talking about March, April, May, people coming back, it's nice that people did. And I'm glad a lot of people are now going to be rejoicing that it's over because it's been going on for so long. I personally really enjoyed it. The ending was good. Please give it a look. I even did an extra half an hour of Q&A to decompress with everyone after it ended, talk a little bit about everything that's been going on.
Yeah, this wasn't a decompressing. He spent 20 minutes doing Q&A because he only brought in $15 in tips. But he was trying to maximize and hope that the dents would rally and a few whales would drop in and, drop a 10, 20 spot and get him close to the tier 1 tip goal. And of course they did. And I think he ended up playing the game. I think he finished playing the game. He made $15. And then after that, I think he got another $5 tip from one of the dens. And that was it. So, yeah, Phil, we know your game here, Phil. You go to the go-to Q&A whenever the support is slow. It was about 12:05. You could have ended the stream, but of course not. You decided, let me dust off the old playbook with the Q&A, and hopefully one of the whales will come in and drop some money.
On here, so please give all that content a look, and thanks to all those who were here tonight. Support overall today, pretty good. We actually hit the tier 2 tips goal on the first stream. Actually, super chats today were quite good, so no complaints. Support overall, a pretty good day. Did we hit a streak? No, we didn't, but it doesn't matter. Support was still great, and I thank you all. So here's the deal. Tomorrow, it's going to be the Level 1 podcast, and then more Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, where I hope to have a solid stream without interruption, unlike the other day. And tomorrow night's late stream will be Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. My apologies, we didn't have the Tuesday night stream like we were supposed to. We get back into the groove of things Friday night. Saturday, the main stream will be DSP versus the Internet, my React show over on DSP Reacts. But then on Saturday night, we're going to do Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Then on Sunday, we're also doing Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Sunday night will be Final Fantasy V. Monday will be Zelda and Jedi Survivor.
Yes, he hates this game so much, but yet it's going to continue playing it because it's probably one of the few playthroughs that actually brings him some money. But does he care that it's making people motion sick on his chat? No, of course not. So he'll keep playing it as long as the support's there, but that should be drying up pretty quickly. And of course, he'll try to move on as fast as he can. So the next big thing he's hoping for is Street Fighter. He's hoping that people will rally. And the thing is that Street Fighter, not a lot of people like Street Fighter or really like watching fighting games. Unless you're very entertaining, you know what I mean? Unless you're like Maximilian Dude or someone that's very entertaining. Phil is not. So I remember I think the beta. Didn't he play the beta? If I remember correctly, excuse me. Support for the beta was not good at all. So that's probably why he didn't play the beta this time around, this weekend, because it just didn't pull in the right numbers. So that's a small niche of people in the stream that like to watch Street Fighter. I mean, when he used to do it Friday nights, he rarely cracked like a tier 1 tip goal when he did the collection. The only time he'd do okay was when Jax Raxter would come in and drop either a $25 or $50 dono. But if it wasn't for that, he'd get no support whatsoever for it. So we shall see. We don't never know. People might be excited to watch him play Street Fighter 6 and get clapped, which is going to happen. So he may get some pity tips, and the whales might come out. Maybe Ryan will come out and feel bad and drop a couple $100 every so often. So I think that's really it. There's nothing else in this stupid daily rap. He's just going on and on. Let me see if he talks about the drama.
Tuesday, great. Back just to put it on hiatus again. Extension rather than only doing every day this week. Whether it was a new food vlog of me, there's all kinds of. I'm actually down for that. If you guys think about, I'll make or something for my peace out and be safe.
Okay, that's it. Oh, the other new thing is the cherry meme. I'm surprised he didn't bring it up here. Apparently, the chat is going wild, putting cherry emojis for Derek. Apparently, his cherry fetish or whatever the case is. So people are dropping cherries, and it's derailing the chat. And Phil is now banning people. Of course, you can't. One of the rules is you can't make fun of Derek. So that's about it. Nothing new. OIC did a gender swap as Lisa Lou to drop some cash on the first stream, and that's about it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.